Should your first home be a condo? So, buying a condo with an FHA or a VA loan can be challenging, to say the least. As a first-time home buyer, and depending on your price range and depending on your lifestyle, and especially if you love that apartment living and want to live in a condo, don't want to be bothered with the townhome and cutting grass and all that kind of stuff. You want to keep that apartment kind of living, but you want to own. If that's you and you're a first-time home buyer, or if you're a veteran and you have a VA loan, with VA you have 0 down payment, but you do have a VA funding fee. I want to do that in a separate video. But and you want to live in a condo, it can be pretty difficult. So say for instance in Maryland, there's only a few condos. I mean, when I say a few, compared to all the condos that are out there, there's only a few that are FHA and VA eligible. And that is because the condos have to have a delinquency rate. The delinquency rate provides a percentage of the amount of homeowners who are up to date on their condo dues. So if there's a condo association and their delinquency rate is 1%, meaning that only 1% of the owners in that condo association that belong to that neighborhood are late on those condo fees, then that is great. 1% is great. More than likely that community will be FHA or VA eligible. If it's too high, say it's like 50%, which is like huge. That means half of the owners are not paying or are behind, are delinquent on those condo fees. For the most part, just generally speaking, you can't get spot approvals and things like that. But for the most part, that makes it very, very difficult. One, for first-time home buyers, especially because condos tend to be, even including the condo fee, condos tend to be a little more affordable sometimes than townhome. Now, because of the condo fees, a lot of the times you can get a small condo, and you can get a small townhome instead of getting a condo. But if you're using one of these loan types, FHA or VA, more than likely you will not be able to purchase in that neighborhood because of the delinquency rate. Now, the downside to buying a condo instead of, this is just one thing that kind of sticks out. The only thing about buying a townhome versus a condo, the townhome is going to have a higher list price than the condo. So that means your down payment and your closing costs will be higher. However, monthly, a lot of the times you'll see after running the numbers that buying a condo and buying a townhome monthly will kind of end up being about the same, or sometimes that condo can really, those condo fees can really be up there. I just saw a condo in Baltimore, and it was listed at maybe $50,000. The condo fees for that home were $1,000. I think to be specific, it was $1,024 a month for the condo fees. So that means you're obligated every month to, of course, pay your mortgage, but to pay that $1,000, which is crazy. So if you run the numbers without running those condo fees, I mean, they could just be astronomical. So yeah, so that's the downside, and this really can put a damper on first-time home buyers and what they think they can get or what they think they can get approved for. Now, even if you are a first-time home buyer, that doesn't mean that you have to use an FHA loan. You can definitely go conventional. But if the delinquency rate is high, you will have to put more down. So with a conventional loan, you have to put around 3 to 5%. And if it's a condo association, you may end up having to put down 5 to 10%. A lot of people are investors, and sometimes, or just regular people, and they have the cash and they can buy the condos outright, and they can pay cash for it. Or they have qualified for a conventional loan and they have that larger down payment to put down. So if you have money saved and you qualify for a conventional loan, you can always go that route. And of course, you have even more money saved, you can put down cash and buy that condo cash. It's a lot more I can go into it on and why condos do have a high lease rate. And that's typically because the people who are buying these homes are investors, because investors have the cash to put down on these homes that have a high delinquency rate. Blase, blase, but we won't go all into that right now. This is more so about those of you who are getting into the market and are looking to buy a condo and have an FHA loan, or just thinking about it. Say you're just new. It can be very difficult if you have FHA loan or a VA loan to buy a condo. Now, on the upside, this does not include, you know, if you're looking for single family or townhomes and stuff, of course, like I said, it does not include those home types, only condos. If you want to know if a condo has a high delinquency rate or what the rate is, the condo association will know that. And especially when they order their resale package to sell, the seller will know that. So your listing agent can call the seller. There's a few ways you can find out. You can go on HUD.gov and you can find a list. There's also a few other sites that have lists that show condos that would be approved for FHA and VA. You can, a lot of the time, since it's such a common thing, if it may not say for you as a consumer, if you're a buyer, it may not say for you on the website or on that listing specifically not FHA approved, but sometimes in the agent remarks, I can see that it'll say not FHA approved, no VA, no FHA. And then it'll say financing type. It may only say cash and conventional. A lot of them will just say cash, conventional. But it's easy to look up. And then if it's kind of hard to find, then I can always go into the MLS. I can look at all the condos that closed recently. That's another way to do it. And to see if any of them closed with FHA or VA. If you don't see any that closed like in the last 10 houses or so with FHA or VA, more than likely you cannot use a FHA or VA loan for that neighborhood. But that's the end of this video. I just wanted to come on really quick and talk about condos. If you have any questions down below, and I will answer them, or I can do a video on it. But yeah, that will wrap up this video. I hope you all learned something, and I hope you subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.